We are Lagos Talks 91.3.
Let's talk.
Hello, good morning and welcome to Adu and the Guru. What a beautiful Monday. The last Monday in the month of May 2021. And wow. Lots of things to identify and discuss in the news today. So, without further ado, let me just bring to the microphone the Guru today, Mr. Gordon Etaki-Buebu, and lots of rich things in the menu I hear that you want to dish out today. How are you today, sir?
I am great. My granddaughter, you say, how are you, Dabira? Oh, she will tell you, I am great, Grandpa. I am great, and I'm great. Then she will return. How are you? So how are you, Adu?
I'm very fine, sir.
Okay. All right, sir. Lagos Talks 91.3 FM. This is Adu and the Guru. We salute all our listeners that are waiting attentively for us out there. Not only in Lagos, not only in the 36 states of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, but all over the globe. We were so excited the other day when somebody called it from China and was making points and impacts. We have some callers always from the United States of America, some from England, all over the world. So we are very, very glad that you are there. And how are you all doing? Of course, I know the answer because we are on telepathy now. The answer is that you are doing great. Thank you for that. So today, let us go step down into this issue. But let me announce it because I refused to announce that last night when I was releasing my broadcast. The chairman of the FCC is not coming again today. Abdurrashid Bawa. At about this hour, he should be preparing to land in New York. There is an emergency meeting that he has to attend, and he will be there till Monday next week when he returns. Of course, he shall surely keep appointment with all listeners because he's very, very conscious that he owes all this responsibility. But where duty calls, sometimes you set every other thing aside and obey the call of motherland to discharge responsibilities. So that is that. Then what I did was to try to prepare two slots or two people for one slot. As of the time that I knew he would be traveling under that emergency, of course, the final arrangement for him to move came only on Thursday or thereabout, yes. I now step out and I got in touch with Barrister Mike Igini, INEC, Independent National
Electoral Commission.
Electoral Commission. That's good. Thank you, Adi. A resident in Akwa Ibom. Arguably one of the best brains in conduct of elections in Nigeria. Of course, he's a man that I've been lecturing about elections all over the world. Of course, he told me he has not given this privilege beyond phone call, but to go to the studio to any other person, but he will give it to me. Only for Saturday night at about 1, okay, that must be Sunday morning, because 1 a.m. of Saturday night is already Sunday morning. He called me. And he told me the development will see him going out of Lagos because he was already in Lagos in preparation to be in the studio with me here today. What happened, again, other emergencies of officialdom. He has to travel out of Lagos to get a few things done somewhere, then return back to Lagos today for a meeting which will be involving all the 36 resident commissioners of INEC that's gathering in Lagos to do what they want to do. So the only guest I have today is you, the listener, and Adu.
I'm not a guest.
Who is piloting me?
I'm a
The
follow-com.
only two guests I have today in the studio. Only two guests I have today. You, the listener, and Adu, my chief pilot, my coordinator general, my director general, my comptroller general.
Interesting.
And of course, my law spiritual. If you know that he's the assistant Pope Africa Affairs. So let us
set sail.
Yeah, let us keep the silly flag up. We'll start with historical perspective, of course. The menu is rich. The historical perspective is simple, very, very simple. But before I speak about the historical perspective, I want to bring something to our attention. Last week, Monday, I brought a historical perspective that our 21st Chief of Army Staff, that was TheGuru, Lieutenant General TheGuru, 21st Army Chief of Staff, meaning he was the 21 Army Chief of Staff appointed, died on 21st of a month in the year 21st, in the 21st century. The coincidence was so much alarming. And of course, we receive it as a fact. But while the program was progressing, somebody called in to say that there was a correction he needed to be made, that I made a mistake and they need to correct it so that it will not go. And he said, Lieutenant General TheGuru wasn't the 21st Chief of Staff, Nigerian Chief of Army Staff. And I think he went saying Dambaza or somebody was the 21st, that TheGuru was the 25th. I thank him because the infallibility of the Pope, even as accepted by the Catholic Church, is subject to debate because every human being is fallible. Every human being is fallible. The frailty of humanity, the sinful nature of humanity makes every human being fallible. So I thank him, not because I adapted my fight I brought here. No. But maybe I could have made mistakes somewhere. Why don't I thank him? I mean, to shorten the discussion. Then I go back. But why thank him? I told him he should equally cross-check facts. I've forgotten the name of that man. Would you remember the name of the person?
No, I'm sorry, I cannot remember.
He committed a blunder, a compendium of errors, which is not too good. Please, when you want to check somebody on matters borrowing on facts, get your facts right. The late Chief Jeremiah Obafemi Awolowo made a statement, the first premier of Western Nigeria. He made a statement. He said why his colleagues, some of his colleagues, are in beer parlor asking for the next bottle of beer. Why some others are seeking after women of lesser virtue. Why some are flicking from one button of television to another button of television. He is concerned solely searching for knowledge that in between that search, he might get solution to Nigeria problems. He said, for that reason, I'm always very sure of my facts. When you want to counter what I present, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but make sure your facts are readily available than mine. Only at that point, when you present facts that subdued mine, that I will submit to you. Otherwise, you will go away saying the man is arrogant. He said, I will always be arrogant where your facts are inferior to my facts. This is Obafemi Awolowo quote. So, the caller of last week should go back to the platform of the Nigerian Army. And he would affirm to himself that Yahya just appointed na Major General. Of course, he will be promoted as Lieutenant General. He will get his Lieutenant General very soon. That has just been appointed. Is the 22nd. The Army platform listed him as the 22nd, not 26. And there was an error on one of the platforms that brought Dambaza as 21st, which was an error, which the military pulled off immediately. And that was an error of some years back. I'm not talking of 3 years, I'm not talking of 4 years, I'm not talking of 5 years, I'm not talking of 7 years. Some years back. So, the fact is that Lieutenant General Atahiru, may his soul rest in perfect peace, remained the 21st Chief of Army Staff for the Nigerian Army. Let us move the trail forward. Today, historical perspective. These are hard facts. I need to bring them out. Hard facts. From 1999 to date, we should not forget that Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, or let us not refer to him as a general anymore. Not that we can deny him that. Became president of Nigeria, democratically elected, and he took office on 29 May 1999. Am I right?
Yes, you're absolutely right.
From 1999 to date, we have Chief of Army being appointed. 9 states have produced Chief of Army staff since 1999 to date. 9 states. Please, let's get it right. I'm expecting my friend to call back. Please, you may have fuller information. Correct me. The 9 states that have produced Chief of Army staff since then to now: 1 Benue, 2 Delta, 3 Kaduna, 4 Bayelsa, 5 Kano, 6 Abia, 7 Rivers, 8 Borno, 9 Sokoto. Of the 9 states, only 1 state that produced 2, and that is Kaduna State. Don't forget that Tahiru is from Kaduna State. Again, another coincidence of his death is that he died in Kaduna State. He's from Kaduna State, and he died in Kaduna State.
It'll be even funnier if he was born in Kaduna State.
Yes. Anyway, of all the 9 states, Kaduna had produced 2. We will go to them. We need to have this right. The North has produced 7 Chief of Army staffs, while the South has produced 4. Out of the 11 of the Chief of Army staff appointed since 1999, 7 were Christians, 4 are Muslims. I repeat this. Out of the 11 Chief of Staffs appointed since 1999, 7 of them were Christians and 4 are Muslims. Okay. And of course, at that position of Chief of Army Staff, whoever is appointed to become Chief of Army Staff is always with the rank of Major General. It is after appointment that you now get Lieutenant General. That is 3-star. So, professionalism, the career of a practicing Nigerian Army officer terminates at Major General. He can only move to the Lieutenant General if he becomes Chief of Army Staff. But then there were some contradicting
Exceptions.
Some exceptions, and I will give you a few names of them. Lieutenant General Jerry Useni, Jerry Boy, as we call him, and even up to now, if you meet him and say, Jerry Boy, it will remind him of his youthful day. He will just be smiling at you. He will know that this man knows me well enough. He was a Lieutenant General without being Chief of Army Staff. Lieutenant General Mohammed Balarabe Haladu, MB Haladu, from Kano State. Of course, Husseini from Plateau State. Haladu from Kano State was a Lieutenant General. He died a Lieutenant General as Minister of Industry without being Chief of Army Staff. So we have few of them there. So before somebody will jump to say, oh, it is not, no, I know these ones. But the regularity, the professionalism of the Nigerian Army officer exit at Major General rank. God bless you if you become a Lieutenant General, by one factor or the other, or alternatively, once you become a chief of army staff, that is political. That one star that comes into you is political. Otherwise, your professionalism terminates at a major general. All right, see on the... Here are the chief of army staff from 1999, their states of origin, and the years they spent in office. Number 1, Victor Malu, Lieutenant General Victor Malu is from Benue State, 1999 to 2001. He's a Christian from North Central. Alex Ogomudia, he's from Delta State, 2001 to 2003. He's a Christian from South South. Martin Luther Aguayi is from Kaduna State, 2003 to 2006. He's a Christian, Northwest. 4. Owoye Andrew Azazi, Bayelsa, 2006 to 2007, Christian, North-South. And don't forget, Owoye Andrew Azazi rose to become chief of the first staff after leaving as chief of army staff. So he really died. I mean, he was his, whatever, 4-star general. Then after Owoye Andrew Azazi came Luka Yusuf. He's from Kaduna. Lieutenant General Luka Yusuf. He's from Kaduna State, 2007 to 2008. He's a Christian, Northwest. After Luka became Lieutenant General Abraham Dambaza, Kano State, 2008 to 2010. He's a Muslim, Northwest. After Abraham came Azubuike Iherijika. He's from Abia State, 2010 to 2014. He's a Christian, Southeast. After him came Lieutenant General Kenneth Minima. Kenneth Minima. He's from River State, very close to Goodluck Jonathan wife village. He's from River State, 2040 to 2050. He's a Christian, South. Then after him you have Tuko Buratai, Borno State, 2050 to 2031, Muslim, Northeast. After Tuko Buratai, you come to Lieutenant General Atahiru Ibrahim, Kaduna, 2021 to 2021. He was appointed in January. He died of, fortunately, early May. He's a Muslim, Northwest. Then after him, Farouk Yahya, Sokoto. This I cannot confirm so much. Either he's from Sokoto or from Zamfara. But of course, Farouk Yahya, Major General. But now, I think he should have been dressed up with his latest and befitting or appropriate rank of a Lieutenant General. Appointed 2021. May God see him through, which we are not knowing the terminated date yet. He's a Muslim from Northwest. These have been all these chief of army staff appointed since 1919. And the other...
1999.
To 19...
You said 1919.
1919
was the Nigerian Army in existence.
No, it was.
1919.
1919, the Nigerian Army was in existence. The Nigerian Army came into existence in 1864. The Nigerian Army came into existence.
But in 1919 was not controlled by the Nigerian government, was it?
No, Nigerian government, 1919, 1914 preceded 1919.
Oh.
1919 was when the First World War ended. That started in 1940. The war that consumed the father and mother of Adolf Hitler, that made him a very, very brutal person. In 1919, Nigeria was in existence. Nigeria soldiers fought in this war. They were taken to Burma. I have record of some of them that returned. Most of them returned back untouched. Odeshi. You want to try Nigeria? In the battlefield, they were just vanishing and metamorphosing. You were not there.
I wasn't there.
So, this is the historical perspective. Adu, do what only you can do best. Please.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me...
Oh, sorry. Let me add this. Okay, we'll come there. Please go ahead.
So, I was going to share with you our menu for today. We have 9 items for review, and I'll start from the very first. INEC, attacks on facilities threaten democracy and elections. That's from the This Day newspaper. Also on the menu, we have been borrowing from recovered loot. Finance Minister reveals. It's from the Daily Post. Buhari finally replaces unqualified Director General of NAPTIP. Premium Times is the one reporting that story. Menu number 4. Buhari seeks National Assembly approval to raise 2.343 trillion naira loan for 2021 budget deficit. Also from the Daily Post. Menu number 5. IG, agitation for state police unnecessary. This is from This Day newspaper. Menu number 6. We sold properties to raise 180 million naira ransom. Bought motorbikes for our children's kidnappers. Who is speaking there? Parents have recently freed Kaduna students. And this is from the Punch newspaper. Meanwhile, menu number 7. Senate proposes 15 years imprisonment for anyone who pays ransom to kidnappers. And that's from the Vanguard newspaper. While menu number 8. Buhari fails to sign over 200 bills passed by National Assembly in 6 years. That is called from the Punch. And lastly, from the Daily Post, 25 generals and others may be forced to retire after Farouk Yaya's replaces Tahiru as Chief of Army Staff. So, that's the menu. 9 of them.
Thank you very, very much. You did a very brilliant job. I am most grateful. You know, I keep telling you, this flight will never, never be smooth if you are not sitting there by my side. Thank you very much.
I'm smiling from ear to ear.
Thank you very, very much. You deserve it. You qualify for it. You worked for it. You earn it. So go ahead. Keep on smiling, my dear. Now, let us take our menu today and discuss them into pieces so that you out there listening will get the idea and be able to flow with us without any friction. There are a few things we must look at. If I should take it from the bottom line, let me pull something out. Please just give me a few seconds. Let me pull something out so that I can be more I'll be with you in a moment because I want to be very, very accurate. Knowing fully that there are many people watching over me. They want to jump on
Is it something from the story? Do you want me to?
No. General Farouk Yaya. 25 generals. Others may be forced to retire after Farouk Yaya replaces Tahiru as Chief of Army Staff. Now, let's get this right. First of all, I want Nigeria just to place our minds. Let us place our minds on what it costs Nigeria to train an army officer to the rank of a general. You see, the army is breaking down. You are commissioned as a second lieutenant. Then your rank start moving. 1 star, 2 star, captain 3 star. I'm talking in the Nigerian Army. Their powers, in the Air Force, in the Navy, they have equivalent of what I'm calling here now with their name. For example, the Army captain has 3 stars, but the Navy captain is equivalent of a colonel. So that's it. Now, captain, then in the captain you take one major examination. Oh, but let me put it on record that from the day you enter the NDA, your file of entering, the student who wants to come in now, your file is duplicated into almost 24 places. And the reason is that at the Nigerian Defense Academy, to every defense academy all over the world, either the Pakistan Defense Academy, where some older generals, people like Brigadier General Tunde Idiagbo attended, Lieutenant General Muhammad Balarabe Haladu attended, the late Major General Abdullahi Sheleg, the first executive governor of Benue State, Oda Murtala Mohammed, attended. To all the defense academies all over the world. Every day is rigorous because we are training people that will now be seeing war. You qualify them to the extent that they would know in that war, those bullets they are hearing, they are bullets that kill life. And yet they will move men and material there. Give them succor, give them encouragement, and return them back. But if there is one of them for casualty, he will assure himself that the body of one of his soldiers must return back to base. These are the type of training you give to them. So it is always very, very rigorous. And the very day he signed those dots, he signed off everything he has, including his liberty, including his life. And he does this very interestingly, with all zeal. So it is not easy qualifying to become an army officer at that level. And the cost on the nation is high, it's enormous. I am not too sure if I will not be going too deep. Should I tell you the cost of bringing somebody? So I will not go there. Because there are a few things I'm not allowed to mention. So I will not go there. But the point is this. At the rank of captain, before you leave captain to major, the difference, the meaning of it is that you have measured. Measure as having measured, as it is interpreted in the dictionary. Captain, you are minor. Captain down. But from that, where you have the ego, your epaulette, you are now, you have measured. There is this critical examination that must be done. In the beginning, it used to be once. If you don't pass it, you are gone. But later, I think it was extended to 2 times or thereabout. And no one moves from the rank of captain to major without doing this exam. Okay, there have been a few aberrations, about 2 or 3 in Nigeria, who became major without, and I know some of them are still some of them have just retired. Some they are retired, but the 3 of them I know they are alive, but retired. So from that measure, your swagger must change because you are now a major commodity. Your swagger must change. You can take on brigade to command. You are no more for platoon. You even if there is scarcity, you can take command of a whole command, the GOCDs, if there's scarcity of officers. It is at that point that the Nigerian Army, spending our money, starts heavy investment to turn the major to become a lieutenant colonel, to turn him from a lieutenant colonel to become a colonel, to turn him from a colonel to become a brigadier general, from a brigadier general to a major general. The training is continuously ongoing. Therefore, once you appoint an officer of a particular course to take command, every other officer of higher course is gone. What they do in those days is to move some strategic officers, some favor officers that are on the higher courses, send them to defense. They come under defense. They don't come under the Army Council again. Because if they come under the Army Council, they will now be commanded by their junior officer. It is not acceptable. It is for that reason that at the initial, when one is going to be enlisted into the Nigeria Defense Academy, once you are above the age of 24, or is it 23, you are not accepted. Because there are some officers, 23 or so, that have been enlisted. And they will go through all the courses. And they will finish. They will graduate. They will become. They will now be. They will be regimented. They will become. They will have their commission. Then you are. Let us take it that at the time he is becoming an officer with his commission, he is already 26. While the other one is 24, who will now be commanding. It is accepted that psychologically as a human, there will be that feeling that, but this one is my junior. Is it because it's not my superior, it's the superior officer that is giving me command? In a situation that will be leading people into war, such sentiment could work against the welfare of the people. So these are the reasons. So, for example, Buratai, Tuko Buratai, was picked from course 29. As of that time, minima was, is it course 26 or 25? I've forgotten now. Ejika, of course, it was higher. I don't know the course it was anyway. But minima couldn't have gone more than either 25 or 26. Then, Buratai was picked by President Muhammadu Buhari from course 29. What happened? All members of course 26 that were still in service, course 27, course 28, had to be wiped off so that he could take command, because it is aberration. It is never to be seen for a course 29 to become chief of army staff, and course 26, course 27 will be saying, yes, sir, pay corporate, yes, sir. So it is for this reason that our young officer, Major General, let me just call him by what his new rank is. If it's not be properly honored, he should be by now. Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya, many officers, not 25, as this paper said. They may not be less than 40-something officers that will be going, because he is a member of, let me bring his course out. He is regular course 37 member. Regular course 37 member, he is. And if you look, even within the services now, he is the most junior of them. General Lucky Rabo, chief of the first staff, is very, very high. General Lucky Rabo is of regular course 34 intake. Then the chief of naval staff, Vice Admiral Awai Gambo, and chief of the air staff, Air Marshal Oladayo Amao, both being regular course 35 intakes. And now you see our newly appointed chief of army staff course 37. So if it's course 37, all those generals that will be from course 35, course 36 cannot be made answerable to him anymore. They had to go. These are these. So do we blame the young man whom his star has suddenly shown to be appointed chief of? No. We have to blame those that are giving the appointment. For example, the waste brought on money invested in training people by the time that Buratai was picked from course 29.
29.
Course 29. Over and above all those that were course 26, I think there were 6 senior 25. 25, yes, were they then. 25, 26, 27, 28. It was a colossal waste, which is not good. And when they are going higher like that, all things being equal, they become better. They become better. In terms of war, in terms of planning, in terms of strategy, in terms of experience, in terms of advising, in terms of many things in this world, they are taking. But this is it. So that is why I say, let me start from there. Having said that, I will move straight away to, maybe you will help me, I don't know.
Should we just go to menu 1 INEC attacks on facilities.
Yes, Menu 1 is good. We sold properties, Menu 6. That is very, very pathetic. We are talking of students of Greenfield University in
Kaduna.
In
Kaduna.
Kaduna. In Kaduna. They have been released. That is Menu number 6. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
They have been released. Glory be to God. But we should not forget in hurry that it is not all of them that were released. Because the 5 that had earlier been executed illegally by those terrorists, which we refuse to name terrorists, we keep branding them as herdsmen, as bandits, as whatever. As against calling them the name that they belong to. They are nothing but terrorists. So to start with, I will see no reason why the federal government of Nigeria will proscribe IPOB as terrorists. Of course, IPOB, the prescription was based on judgment of a court. I will see no reason why the follower, the Shiite movement from Kaduna, follower of Zakizaki, what is his name? This man who reported his own from Iran. Why they should be referred to as, why they should be prescribed as terrorists. And these terrorists, which sometimes we brandish as bandits, sometimes we say kidnappers, sometimes we say abductors, sometimes we say herdsmen, are not branded as terrorists. There is no equity in this country. It's one of the reasons that our suffering is being elongated on a daily basis. If it is being elongated, it's by God, not by human being, because there are no equities. Now, those 5 slain students, they did not return. They will never return back again. So the parents that are celebrating, obviously, minus parents of those 5. Because you would not see the parents of those 5 going there, jumping up at that. Who would they hug now? Those parents that were there that day, they were hugging them. That is one thing we should look at. Then another thing, we should now equally take a direct look at on this matter is this. The parents on a video captured, I have names of some of the parents here, but I will not go naming them. The parents admitted that they paid total of 180 million naira to the terrorists and bought motorbikes because one of their demand as they pass it through Ahmad Abubakar Gumi was that power bike, motorbike should be purchased, brand new one. When somebody said that, that one can be purchased and something fitted in, then you will locate them. Then I was just laughing when the person was making the suggestion. These are people well known to authorities. After all, how would they not be well known to authorities? Gumi visits them regularly and he goes with security officers. And now, one of them had made a statement, it might be exaggerated, that we work hand in hand with the government officials. That might be exaggerated, obviously. They paid 180 million. Bought motorbikes for them before they agreed. And one of them, because they decided talking directly, negotiating directly, because Kaduna State government has said, we have no hand there. And the federal government, we are not paying. The one they paid before, I don't know what happened. Maybe that money finished. I don't know whether the sheriff formula was not properly rounded up. I don't know. Anyway, so the bandits or the terrorists were talking directly to the parents. And they told them, bring the 180 million, otherwise. Even on this, that the students came back home that day, we should thank also Ahmad Abubakar Gumi Sheikh. Because it was him who spoke to them that don't kill them anymore. Because they insisted they would have killed all of them. They killed the first 5. And now, those who killed the first 5, release the remaining 1. Please let us listen to this trajectory. And when they were to release them, they brought them to a site in one of the villages in Kaduna State. The workers there, I think the work they are doing in that site, it's a company. It's very, very essential. that they are sexually accommodated. They have security agents, government security agents watching over them. So the bandits or the terrorists brought these remaining students to those people that are that side and handed them over to the security there. That I think they are soldiers guarding the place. So, and they now called nobody, not the soldiers, nor the police, called the parents. Then the terrorists called the parents that we have released all your children, though. They are so place now. And when the parents got there, they went there massively. When they got there, they were telling them, we will not release them. We shall release them only to the police. Then the parents say, are you normal what you are talking? Release who to who? Which police help us? Is the police not employee of the government? Which government help us? And they broke into the place and picked their children. And they were jubilating. Like as I said earlier, this minus 5 parents, the parents of those 5 that had been killed. The question is this. Will the government now that is responsible for security of lives and properties in Nigeria, as enshrined in the Constitution, will they get the people, these terrorists arrested so that they can give account of the 5 that they killed? If one of the 5 were to be daughter or son of the president or the vice president or El-Rufai, would the thing be like the way it is? After all, they are children, they don't school in Nigeria. They know how to ferry them across. But now they brought them and they delivered them. And now they've gone back to the forest. Who will arrest them now to give account of the 5 that they killed?
Meanwhile, those bandits initially demanded 800 million.
Yes. Yes.
So what if I'm just imagining if they had stood their ground and said they wanted 800 million, what would those parents have done?
The parents would have, because they started negotiating with them, and it was then that one of the negotiators from the forest, the terrorists, told them that don't think government will help you. We and government are in this business together. This will be the second time. But as I admitted, he must have exaggerated. But don't forget, when Kagara in Niger State, when they were negotiating, the negotiator said it on phone, and it was clearly heard and recorded that one of you there standing on the side of government is our informant, is the government that is one of you there that brought the business to us here. So that is why you brought police now. Look the way you deploy your police there. Look the way you deploy your police. They were telling them whereas they were in the forest. Because he said, because we have our move, we have our people there negotiating and doing everything on our behalf. So what I would think to this is that why this is on. Nigeria today, no freedom of anything. For example, Mr. Bassi mentioned a few things. He's a parent, or husband of no, he's a parent. The husband of one of the workers that they mentioned a lot of things. Go there and read what they are online. Go there and read them. But that is not even the issue now. Why this is on? The Senate, the Nigeria Senate, the 9th Senate, is proposing 15 years imprisonment for anyone who pays ransom to kidnappers. If, therefore, the Senate, if they pass the law, the parents of those 5 that were killed there, because sometimes you pay the key, either by mistake or deliberately, or the money came late, or you did not obey us as we instructed the king. Then if those 5 killed, their parents are paid money. So the Nigerian Senate is bringing a law that having lost their children, they should go to jail for 15 years. And what is the name of the senator that Senator Eze Francis Oyewuchi brought this bill? Of all the works that is involving Nigerians, of all the problems that we are facing, what this National Assembly, what this Senate will want to talk about is that, and they had the temerity of quoting and analyzing that in America it is like this, in Britain it is like this. Yes. They refuse to bring it to what America and Britain. which somebody was an American citizen was kidnapped the other day. Did they not fly into Nigeria to get their citizen out?
They did.
But here is the one that the government will know where they are, and they will tell you they don't know what they are. The government will know that this one is doing this, they will not charge any person. Tell me a terrorist. I call them terrorists from today. Today, they are not bandits in my dictionary, they are terrorists. The government refused to prescribe them. What does it take the government to go to any court, as they have always gone to secure judgment, and prescribe these people to be? Even the Fulani herdsmen, are they not terrorists? When they carry AK-47, when they destroy, when they rape, what is a terrorist doing more than that? The Shiite movement people, of course, not that their crusade, their annual crusade, which is ceremony of moving all the street of Kaduna the main way. It is not something that I had run into them a few times. But the Ezaki, is it no one that all of them, including some other head of state from African Co, patronizing continuously? Ezaki, his rifle days. When he comes out on a Friday, for all those that line up waiting for him, he distributes dollars for them. He doesn't give naira. Where are those dollars coming from? But that's not the issue, because Butai was passing, and they said there was a delay, that they want to kill him. How many people do they kill that day that we are buried unannounced or named? If you prescribe that, why can't the government prescribe the Fulani herdsmen, the headers that are attacking people, raping women, killing people with AK-47? Why don't you say all headers are terrorists? And we do this. So, but this is what the Senate of the Nigerian Republic found enthusiasm in. It has gone through second reading.
Well, Nigeria is rated as one of the countries with the highest kidnap rate in the whole of Africa.
Of course. The way we are going is just continued. Maybe one of these is I will talk about why Yahoo boys are growing. Most of these Yahoo boys, most of them are graduates. No work.
There was a video we saw on social media of some of these, speaking proper English.
Oh, you think they are Mushin children or Morocco?
Don't let people from Mushi come.
No, when I say Mushi children, I'm not saying that every person from Mushi. Okay. I have friends in Mushi now.
Okay.
I have friends in Mushi. The only thing is that Mushi is so synonymous in the early 60s with Togri, with hooliganism. The 2-story building or 3-story building of Omopupa. If you face Kappa to the left, opposite the garage there, will remind you of what Togri was in Nigeria history. It will remind you, because I was very much around there and I knew what it was. They are graduates. They went to university. They came out, some of them came out with fine degrees. 2-1. First class. Even 2-2. What is wrong with 2-2? It is attempted that now, nothing for them to do. And these graduates read accurately. They know how to manipulate the internet. And they sit here, they are hearing, for example, a minister saying that I spent so billion to feed school children. And these graduates are so intellectual. And they got to the conclusion, no, the period that the minister is saying spent 80-something billion to feed children, or there was a total knockdown in Nigeria. And all the children were in their fathers' and mothers' houses. How did he reach them? How did she reach them? To have spent as much as social amount of money. It makes them thinking. That's number one. Then they turn right, maybe to the right a little to the right. Then they saw a National Assembly. Each senator smiling away with about 30 million naira every month. Like be, like ta. Ha. lighter, without carrying anything, without selling anything. They're smiling away every month with 30 million naira. Then what is wrong? These young graduates now will look at themselves that we must adopt a policy. We sit here waiting for something, we will die. We don't sit here, we die. If we walk within the internet to possess our possession in a misguided Nigeria, afterwards we go to jail. And let us do something and go to jail. That is still better than those who take directly to robbery. Because you need to listen to Oyenusi, the first armed robber to be executed in Nigeria. You need to listen to him. What prompted him? What made him? The story of Oyenusi is there in my book, and in the saga of an armed robber. What prompted him? So these are the reasons that we look at, and many other things. Why these parents sold houses, sold everything, borrow what they may not even be able to pay the next 50 years to get their children back. What senators are saying is that anyone who paid this, they did not say the government that failed to do this, so are the repercussion for the government. They cannot say that. Would you know now that we have a long way? Let me just say one word about the burning down of INEC and co properties. It is sad. It is sad. Even as we talk now, about 2 are burnt within the last 48 hours. And what do we see here? The danger it holds is this. There is a threat. So what the chairman of INEC has just said now is nothing. Is something that every Nigerian should articulate. They are destroying police formation. They are destroying prisons or correctional centers. And they are destroying those things that will bring election to come to bear. What does it portray? One word. There is a threat. 2023 general election might not come. If it might not come, who are those sponsoring that? Because if we know those who are sponsoring these hoodlums, you see, hooliganism and quack are some of the cheapest crime for investigation at the disposal of any investigator in this world. Because the element of the criminality is there. The evidence of the mistake of the crime is there. These are the two things you look when you're investigating crime. Element of the criminal, mistake of the crime. I repeat, element of the criminal, mistake of the crime. Those properties of INEC burned since 2019. How many people have been brought to book? Nothing. It tells you that those sponsoring these ones, they are bigger or they are members of the society. Like I said it before, let me say it again. When Tafa Balogun was appointed Inspector General of Police, I knew him as an Assistant Commissioner of Police under Muhammad Gambo, when I was close to Muhammad Gambo at the time. Or Muhammad Gambo allowed us to come closer. Now, the first promise he made was that, because that was immediately after Bola Ige, the then Attorney General and Minister of Justice of Nigeria was killed in his house, Bodija, in Ibadan. So the promise he made, the day he was decorated and appointed, the promise he made was that he will fish out, he will arrest the killers of Bola Ige and bring them for trial. So that night when I called him to congratulate him after the normal chat, then I said, Oga, my brother, my friend, I heard you making a promise like this. It's just, he said, God, if I must fail, not on this, I must achieve this, I must arrest. Then I asked him a question. What happens if those who kill Bola Ige are those who appoint you now as Inspector General of Police? Would you be able to bring them? Since 2019, where INEC properties were burnt all over Nigeria, till today, nobody has been brought to book. Nobody has been charged to court. It tells you that those backing the assaultists, those backing the talks, those backing the hoodlums, they are those that are part of governing and arranging things for Nigeria. That is the reason. Because if any one of them have been arrested, are brought to book and jailed according, then you will not see this thing in decrease. So the crime has syndicated itself in all aspects in Nigeria. Okay, I just say that on that one. let me forget about qualified this thing. President Muhammadu Buhari seeks National Assembly approval to raise 2.343 trillion loan for 2021 budget. Please, pardon me, I will not be able to touch this because I'm not trained economist. I have arranged for 2 seasoned economists that all of you know and all of you respect all over Nigeria to come into this studio to explain this to us. At the same time, there is another story that we will join to it. Madam Zainab Ahmed, the Minister of Finance and National Planning, has come to admit to us that we have been borrowing from the recovered loot. And we have not been able to pay a single kobo back. We'll be borrowing from it to finance budgets and all those and all those. This is the latest information. It means, ladies and gentlemen, the recovered loots are on their way to be relooted. Either my English is correct or not correct, please don't look at that. Don't challenge that. Forget about the message now. Take the message. Go and decode it. For the minister to admit this and said that the one they even borrowed, thinking we will pay back quickly, no quick fix for it. So are the recovered loot not already on their way back to be looted by others? No wonder I saw Abubakar Malami, the Attorney General of the Federation, and the Minister of Justice defending himself last week. I told myself, this man is not in the dock. Why this assiduous defense of himself that he did not take any $2 billion from any person from the looted? Who alleged it? And the fact is said that anyone who has evidence that even either as Attorney General or myself, I collected $2 billion. But here we are. I will join this to the other one. Somebody will come to, some people, some economists, qualified economists, will come to look at it.
And
for the time being.
For the record also, Nigeria's current diasporic, permit my words, loot is in the tune of over $80 billion currently.
Okay. What does that mean? You know, I did not go to school. Please talk to me. What does that mean, Adu? Help me out, please. So bring it to my understanding. Don't leave me this.
No, I'm just corroborating what you said.
Our recovered loots probably have gone too far into some private pockets. It is a pity. It is a pity. It is a pity. Who can rescue Nigeria? Who can rescue Nigeria? Who can rescue Nigeria? Please, open the lines.
Okay, I think we'll start differently today. Maybe we'll start from WhatsApp.
Please do.
And give our friends with a pen the opportunity to join us. But for those of you who are listening, WhatsApp is 0809-234-5913. You can use that to join the show and let's get talking. All right, so WhatsApp, here we go. Let me start from... Oh, okay, this is for our friends at Sports Zone. Sorry.
If that one is not coming on yet, you can go to Twitter.
Chike Akute says, good morning, Adru and TheGuru. The biggest mistake we're making as a nation... Chike from Akute. The biggest mistake we're making as a nation is thinking that zoning is good. But the truth is, it relegates competence to the background. This archaic practice must be discountenanced before we can move forward as a country. On security, PMB keeps telling us he'll address the issue. Since 2015, have we not heard enough? Still on WhatsApp. This one is coming in from... okay, you put his name. Lieutenant General Adioshun was a Lieutenant General with Lieutenant General Buratai as Chief of Army Staff. He's yet to retire but moved to UN Joint Task Force.
Yeah, but I mentioned it like that some selected one or some favored one might be moved from the Army Council to Defense. That is why where he is now, he reports to Chief of Defense Staff. He reports to the Minister of Defense. in political cycle. But military-wise, he reports to the chief of defense staff. It is for that reason that when you get to any Nigerian embassy overseas, you have DA. What is DA? Defense attaché. The defense attaché, why there? Even those, they report to Ministry of Defense directly. So the Adeosun he mentioned, whoever he mentioned, is one of the favored ones. He's been moved. He reports back home, not to the Army Council, but to Defense.
Phone lines now. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Prince Wise, good morning to you.
Thank you. Good morning to you.
Morning, my brother. Please, you have 1 minute. Please run it.
Okay, I will run it faster. You say we will save Nigeria. It is only God Almighty can save this country right now. 23 years of democracy, 6 years of Buhari, I still rate them below average. You know, all what they have done now, if security is not in order, I don't think we can say anything. Because now, if security is not in place, you can't see any tangible development. And as of today, all what they have done is because they have overshadowed all these things. So now, we are praying to Almighty to come down and intervene to Nigeria problem. So that's only what I'll say this morning. And finally, before I leave, the question is ongoing. I still remind the legislator what we need right now is a constitution that will allow parliamentary system of government. That was Nigeria. The present one we are using, Guru, I'm telling you, it's too expensive and still not with corruption.
All
That's
right,
my
Prince
time
Wise.
this morning, my dear.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Adu and TheGuru.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Hello? Hello, good morning.
Go ahead, we can
Okay,
hear
I
you.
said it to work for all of us, and God bless you, TheGuru, for the analysis, for opening our eyes. You have people on the line. Then, TheGuru, I want to ask, I had somebody on television this morning talking about most of these generals, that Nigeria has the highest number of generals in the whole world, right? That is it ceremony, so to say? Do you get? Are they using those ranks for ceremony? Even person that's so close is a general, one to be medical, they have generals all over. Then is it for ceremony? Is it not for them to work for the good of the country? Then for the money they say they are borrowing from the looted funds. Yeah? So if you now recover your money, you also borrow it and also owe yourself. What is I don't understand? Because if I think they should begin to break this borrowing down. Tell us the country they are owing. Because if you look at the debt, this rate is high. You get? So they should come. Then lastly, I think national dialogue is the way to go, because if you look at insecurity these days, Mr. Guru, this country, God bless us, but
Amen. Amen. Thank you.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, Mr. Adu. Good morning.
Good morning, Peter.
Mr. Guru, good morning, sir.
I salute you, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm fine. I want to ask a question. The countries that our retired generals, those service chiefs, were sent to as the military attaches, do they have the right to reject them, or they just say no? Since the country has sent them, they return them? Because having heard about them, some questions that were not answered by them, missing money to buy arms, and then they send those kind of people to your country. Do they have the right to reject them or not? That's just a question. And my point now is this. When we see a situation whereby those that are supposed to be taxed terrorists are pampered, like the bandits, the Boko Haram, the kidnappers, right there up north. And then we see IPOP, that is a peaceful people that just carry placards. And then we see ASN that were in the forest, defending their mothers and their sisters and their brothers from the killer herdsmen, being tagged terrorists. Is that uniting Nigeria? Is Mr. President listening? Is he watching? Is this how to be a president of a whole country? Buhari, for me, may be a foreigner in Nigeria's corridors of power, except he does the right thing.
Thank you very much. I will answer your question because you spent about 2 minutes already, so I will answer your question.
All right, let me go to Twitter now. Quickly, Adegboyega says, today's historical perspective should put rest to the agitations of some people of a particular region of the country that feel neglected in the scheme of appointments. We can now see that it's only the Southwest that hasn't that hasn't produced an army chief. That's Adegwega. Ugochugonadi says, good morning, Adu and the Guru. It's a shame that National Assembly sat down to deliberate on jailing people that pay ransom instead of ordering security operatives to kill terrorists. Now that the kids have been released, let them go after the bandits and leave Easterners alone. Goes on to say, I think appointment of security chiefs should be removed from the hands of Mr. President. Let there be a systematic order whereby the most senior takes over the seat. I suspect these kidnapping bandits might be another arm of revenue collection of this government. Well, if he's commander-in-chief of the armed forces, he should be able to delegate his powers. I don't think a rotating system. It might just be maybe like a guide and say, okay, from a pool of certain chiefs.
In the first place, immediately you call him commander-in-chief of the armed forces. That's more than enough to justify him making an appointment to those who represent him at each stand of the military. That's number one. There are not too many countries in the world where the appointment of this thing are placed in the hand of a commission. There are some countries, a commission. But the issue is not the constitution, really. The issue is the man operating, is the operators of the constitution. We are the one. Every constitution given to us, like my knowledge drop boss today, was going to talk of, is it Winnicke of what? Commission of 1957, 58, talking of, the Willicks Commission report on minorities of 1957, 1958. So the commander-in-chief should have that. But in appointing, he should use his discretion to know that he represents a larger people, to know that when the people say, these people are not performing, you don't owe them any allegiance. Which allegiance do you owe Buratai and Co., that we are there for donkey of years? They perform nothing only for them to come to National Assembly telling us that this Boko Haram will continue for the next 50 years or more. This is what's happening in my village, where you told us before that you have. So let's move the discussion forward.
I'll take one more tweet now. This is from Shore Summit. It says, since the government of President Muhammadu Buhari has allowed kidnapping of school children en masse to fester, and become so lucrative, I think FIRS should start collecting taxes from these bandits. This looks like an empowerment scheme for the jobless youths of the northern states. Back to the phone lines.
Not only northern states, they kidnapped.
All 36 states, actually. Hello, good morning. Oh, turn off your radio, please, and call us back. Apologies. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Yeah. Morning, sir.
Can you turn off your radio, please? Oh, sorry. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Adu, finally.
Good morning, Mr. Adeyemi. How are you today?
Yes, good morning to you, and good morning to the Guru as well.
Is that Adeyemi from Ikorodu?
Yeah, Guru, you are on fire today.
You set me on fire.
My hand is funny. You see, the issue you raised with regards to the cost of appointment is very, very germane. That is academic. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Because, you see, and I said it last week to Mr. Adu as well, that I am not opposed to appointment, but when the cost is this high, then questions will be raised. I think they should be looking into the cost of appointment as well. But let me also say that, the neophytes, political neophytes in the National Assembly, they are a big disappointment to me. How can you say that the terrorists will not be punished because there is no law that says if you are a terrorist, this is what you will face, if you are found guilty. But you are saying those who paid to release their children will serve prison terms. That to me is antithetic to common sense. And somebody should really bring them to speed. Finally, the issue of borrowing from the returned money in itself raises more questions than answers. What happens to TSA? I think it's rather Treasury single account. How was it borrowed? who is in charge of the TSA, and how much the rate have they used? Who cleared it? The National Assembly we can't be doing something anyhow and expect to get good results. That is why we're getting anyhow results.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you for your beautiful analysis.
Thank you.
Even
beyond that, my brother, appropriation is solely responsibility of the National Assembly, as it affords budget at Kwanko. By this borrowing to finance budget without making it known to Nigeria, without making it to the National Assembly, the functions and functionalities of the National Assembly have been abridged. But we have a National Assembly that is...
Is this the first time?
You have a National Assembly that is docile. Docile. The National Assembly that the chairman and the vice chairman, that is Lawal and Bagabi Amila, had told us anything Buhari brief for us, we will approve. So where do we go? It's as good as say you don't have National Assembly. And yet, they are carrying your money, they are taking our money away like that. And nothing Nigerians could do about it. It's something.
Asabuike Darius from Jakande says, how can IG condemn state police when it has become obvious that a centralized police system is no longer realistic for the situation at hand?
Oh, God bless you. I could not discuss it today. On Wednesday, I do. In our morning digest. Please, on Wednesday, remind me. Let me discuss it. The man, he made a very valid point. Go ahead.
Chief Udo says, good morning, Adu and the Guru. Our system of retiring of senior officers because a junior was favored by the president could be the reason our armies are weakened day by day. And it's a huge waste of resources. With the insecurity present, we should even seek advice from retired soldiers, not retiring active ones. On police IG statement, discrediting state police, sometimes I wonder how people... from a certain region think they care much in holding on to centralized power than seeking for solutions to insecurity problems.
Don't forget the hour. Don't forget we owe the people.
Yes, knowledge drop box. Let's take one more call. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Turn off your radio, please. Good morning.
Hello, sir.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, sir. It's Adwan Guru, sir.
Yes.
Your
thank
name?
Okay, Mibo.
Brendo. Did you the one? What's your name?
Your analysis.
You didn't tell us your name.
What is your name?
Now, when you talk about this...
What is your name, sir?
Office.
Oh, sorry, we had to cut you off.
I've been asking you, what is your name? What is your name? You greeted me and I answered you, and I even spoke to you in Robo that, what is your name? Did you then win? Next time, please tell us. So then when Kalane.
All right. Thank you, sir. And when we come back from this, the knowledge drop box will be on the air, so do not touch the dial.
It's time for Knowledge Drop Box.
Yes, you are welcome. Direct into the Knowledge Drop Box for today. The Knowledge Drop Box for today is talking about a man called Isaac Jasper Adaka Boro. Major. We all know him. Major Isaac Jasper Adaka Boro. Adaka there means lion. Was actually killed in the theater of war on 9th May 1968, May 9, 1968, by a lone bullet of a mystery killer, likely from friendly fire in Ogu Town around Okrika in present River State. He was, however, given a heroic burial on May 16, 1968. Next week, we shall talk to you the details of Isaac Boro, and I shall pull most evidences from the book written by Brigadier General Godwin Isama, The Tragedy of Victory is the name of the book. I have always been recommending it. Please pick it. There are two books that I recommend very, very seriously. This Brigadier General Godwin Alabi Isama. Please read his book, because his book, of all the books on the Nigerian Civil War, there is none that have gone halfway, giving graphic, giving attention to every details of the war that accumulate. From where the first bullet came out, from which side? Is it from Biafra side? Or from the events that led to massacre in the north, and even the beginning and the shift of movement in the Nigerian Army, they are there contained in the book. Tragedy of Victory. I recommend it. I have not met this man in my life before. The other day I wanted to see him in New York. I missed him because I could not properly connect with Lieutenant General Lani Akiriade. So I missed him. But I will always be willing to be a free, without any pay, to advocate his book. Then the other book is No Easy Day, written by a member of one of the fiercest SEAL of America SEAL. The man who pulled the trigger that killed Osama bin Laden is the author of that book, No Easy Day. The only easy day was yesterday. In life, I'm teaching you a lesson of life now.
Oh, okay.
Listen to me. The only easy day was yesterday. If you want to progress in life, if you want to make things in life, no easy day. Like as I keep teaching my children, the hard way is the only way. So I do take it. No easy day. The only easy day was yesterday. So that book gives you graphic of everything. But next week I will return back with Major Isaac Jasper Adakaboro, and we break everything about him into a narrative that will be logically acceptable to us. Was he a hero or was he a what? So we shall know about that. But the remaining 2 minutes, let me add this. What is his name now? Good luck. What is it? Ahmed or what?
Yes.
Good luck. Ahmed, Dr. Ahmed Goodluck was assistant to President Goodluck Jonathan on youth affairs and Kwanko until he crossed over to. If I were to be, may his soul rest in peace. If I were to be Goodluck, I will not travel to Imo State just like that. I will travel to Imo State knowing fully that I will keep my eyes on my shoulder so that it could be looking left, right, and center. And if need be, God has created us perfectly. He is adding nothing to us now. It is devil that mimic. And most of the politicians, they are followers of devil. Forget about the lies they tell you by going to church to celebrate this. Forget about that. If I were him, I would ask the devil, if you can help me, give me 2 eyes at the back, give me by my right ear, give me one by my left ear, and leave the 2 front. Good luck, Jonathan conducted the APC primaries that was to succeed Rogers Okorocha. And what happened? He escaped from Owerri the midnight. He could not present his result until he got to Abuja. And allegations came against him that you have been compromised with big money. And the Channel Television, yes, called him for interview.
You say Good Luck Jonathan, or you meant
Good luck.
Good Luck, not Good Luck Jonathan.
No. I say he was PA to good President.
Yes,
Good
but
Luck
when you were
Jonathan.
talking about the primaries,
He went there to conduct it, and after that, we knew what happened. That was the same time that Okorocha Rogers said that the chairman, the national chairman of APC, was asking for bribe, and of course, he did not tell us how much he gave to him. And the national chairman of APC said, they send money to me. Pointing hand, he told the governor Okorocha that he sent money to me, that the money were in dollars, that I made sure I called somebody to look at the money, where the money was brought. I didn't touch it. After that, campaign was to go on in that place, in Owerri. The wife of President Muhammad Buhari went there, and what happened? From the campaign ground, they vanished because guns were booming all over the place. So, meaning the life of Good Luck had been threatened ab initio, not today. So, If I were him, if I should travel to Owerri, I will go there definitely. But I will go in a mysterious way because these are mysterious things. I have always said it. In the classroom of politics, angels can never be students. This is another lesson on that. Then finally, the issue of the Nigerian Post Authority is not finished yet. People are calling me, oh, you suddenly go off it. No. He who fasts and run away has the opportunity of fighting another day. I'm probably still gathering some facts. When the facts are totally genuine, we will come there. I have no personal quarrel with any person. I have no personal enemy there. I have been dealing with the Nigerian Post Authority not today. Right from the days of Bamanga was when I started writing a column for shipping maritime page. Right from the days of Bamanga when he became general manager. They called him general manager then. Then, finally, we shall talk next week about Delta State, where the governor, Ifeanyi Okowa, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa had come to say there was no arrangement of move to this. There was nothing like that. And now Delta State is coming on fire gradually. Now it's like the deputy governor now is having opportunity. I said it before, the deputy governor was an appointee of Tumpulu and an appointee of James Ibori because it was James Ibori that crowned. James Ibori remained de facto godfather of Delta politics as we talk now. No one can take that from him as long as he remains alive. So when Ifeanyi Okowa now came saying that this is not this is not that, it's like he started biting the figure that fed him. But what can you do to him? His cooperative is 210 already. And nobody, not even James Ibori, can move the house to a pushing because all he needs to do is just to open the vault and bring some money and throw it like this. Then the theory of this propaganda is for Adolf Hitler will be well fed. When they ask him, how would you be treating people like this? Then he calls somebody, say, you don't understand. He said, bring me a chicken, a cock. He brought a cock, brought corn, he loaded it. I'm talking of practical thing that they did. And he said, start pulling off the feather of the... He said, the person said, it will be painful to the cock. He said, yes, that is what I want to demonstrate. And the person forcefully pulling off, and one could see the pain of the cock. Then eventually threw the cock down. Without feeding nothing, the cock was trying to run away from the scene. Then he packed some corn and threw like this. Suddenly you see the cock turning back to come and take the corn. He said, that is human being. He said, if you treat them well and you give them this, they will come back. So the house cannot impeach Okowa again, but there will be problem in Delta State. Where are we going? We shall periscope into that in the next coming weeks. At the end of this show today, we thank you very much. Please, thank you for permitting me, because this is 4 minutes. Thank you. I will do that again, I promise. I swear in my honor. All right. Tomorrow, we shall be meeting on this platform, but not Adu and the Guru. Money Digest is coming up tomorrow. Money Digest is coming up on Wednesday. I shall be there to write it. Now, you follow me on Twitter at Godwin_Buebu, then Facebook, Godwin Itakibuebu. Then, of course, Vetra Column Facebook page created for these purposes. Then my website is www.godwintheguru.com. Then, of course, you can go to my YouTube channel, Godwin the Guru. That's just it. Go there, like all this, subscribe, and make everything. Thank you very much for being there for us. I do thank you very much. Cameraman, I appreciate you. You are doing a good job. I wish you are the one on this side. I really want to do this. Until we come our way again, please don't forget, keep yourself out of trouble. Bye-bye.
We are Lagos Talks 91.3.
Let's talk.